There's something about adulthood that just makes me want to crash out. But you know who makes adulthood look, well, not less awkward or less appealing, but a little bit more bearable? Issa Rae. If you've ever felt like your life was a chaotic work in progress, Issa's here to remind you and me that we're not alone. Put me on a feeling I never had. I've always been delusional, yes. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonya, and today we're gonna have a little chit chat about Issa Rae and her take on Black young adulthood. Because looking at my analytics, most of y'all are 18 through like 35, which, yeah, sounds about right. So what I love about Issa is how she portrays us in such a genuine way. There's nuance, there's depth to the characters that she creates, especially in Insecure. I feel like her work reminds the world that Black people are not a monolith. We're not the stereotypical, y'all know what the stereotypes are. Black people come in so many genres, and it doesn't take away from our Blackness. Her work reminds the world that we are full and complex individuals, okay? We are not just a side character there for comedic relief. And so today we're going to dive into some of the lessons that I've gathered from this viewing experience of watching Insecure and what she's shown me about surviving your 20s and maybe even your 30s. Watch how you talk to yourself, because those words, those little comments that come out of your mouth, those words that you say to yourself is the house you live in. I know a mirror hates to see Issa coming, because if you know my girl, when she gets into that mirror, she turns into Nicki Minaj, okay?
Who's stressed? Not you. Who the best? It's you. Who gonna kill it? It's you. I'm sorry, I can't. Not today. Wait, what?
But you know what? That was a way for her to get her emotions out. That was a way that she would hype herself up. That was a way that she would get those deep, ugly emotions out if she was angry or irritated. She would even sometimes drag herself. That way of getting her emotions out was authentic to her, and it was a release for her. Just know that if you don't get those pent up emotions out, they're gonna come out, whether you like it or not. They might come out in a way that you don't want them to come out. So you better control how those emotions come out. Back to having positive self-talk, because my thing is, the words that you say to yourself, those thoughts that you have about yourself, is the house that you live in. If you're constantly downplaying yourself, if you're constantly speaking negative about yourself, you're giving off that aura. Like, first off, you're going to see the world through that negative lens. You might be the type of person that starts projecting these ugly things that you think about yourself onto others, which, who wants to be around that? It's not a fun life to live. I'm just saying, it's not a fun life to live. You can't ever be anybody else. So you might as well learn to genuinely love yourself, how to speak some life into yourself, how to speak words of affirmation over yourself. Because even if other people do it for you, if you're not saying it about yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice. You can be humble and also know that you're that girl, or know that you're that guy. You can be humble and say something nice about yourself. Like, downplaying yourself isn't being humble. One of my friends actually sent me this video today where this girl was saying, what if God only did the things that you said, like, out of your mouth?
One of the best things I've heard in a while is, what if God only did what came out of your mouth? Like, wow. That really puts into perspective a lot of the things that you say. Like, oh, they'll never change. And God's like, okay, they won't change then. Oh, I can never be on time to anything. Okay, I guess you'll never be on time to anything. That's just who I am. Like, I just get really angry super easily. Okay, I guess you'll get angry super easily. Like, what if God only did what came out of your mouth? I think that just really puts a lot of things into perspective. Like, I really think that perspective could really help us lessen the amount of negative self-talk that we do.
The way that after she sent me that video, I had to say, Lord, please protect me from any curses that I may have made over myself, from some of these comments that I say about myself, or some of these things that I say about myself. Please protect me from myself, because There was even an experiment done by Dr. Emoto.
Y'all need to change the way you talk to yourself. So this is Dr. Emoto, and he did 2 experiments that are incredibly interesting. The first experiment had to do with water. He would take these water samples and he would think either negative things like "you fool" or positive things like "thank you." And look how the crystals form. I mean, look at these. Friend, look how beautiful that is. I can do it versus I can't do it. Honest. Here's the impact of music on these water crystals. Just look at these differences. Thank you, wisdom, truth, eternal, angel. All these verses, you make me sick, evil, polluted water after a prayer. Look at that. Here's some more before and afters. A prayer was offered with the water. Like, this is so cool.
All I'm saying is that if our bodies are made up of 60% water, approximately, I may be wrong, but a lot of water, then you need to start speaking some love, some grace, some peace over yourself and over others. Because we're not just in this world for us. We're not the main character. We are in this world to help and serve each other. Genuine friendships are a lifeline. We need community. Okay, I could probably do a whole deep dive discussion on Issa and Molly's friendship. Because y'all know it's so complex and it's not perfect, but they make it work. Friendships are relationships, and I did go into that in another video. I did a video with my best friend Victoria, and also just a little quick plug, she does have a YouTube channel now, so if you want to go check her out, I'm gonna leave her stuff in the description below. Friendships are relationships, right? And they deserve work, okay? They deserve work to be put in to keep that friendship strong. Just how you want to keep your romantic relationship strong, and just how you want to get married and be bonded to this person, y'all still need friends. Because this whole individualistic thing that the US has going on for like decades upon decades upon, obviously it ain't working. People are lonelier than ever. So I really like how Issa and Molly's friendship was portrayed because it's not perfect. Issa can be really inconsistent. She can be kind of messy. Like in the first season when she's on stage rapping about Molly's coochie and Molly is there. Girl, why would you do that? And Molly, she don't be letting nothing go. Well, okay. Pre-therapy Molly. Pre-therapy Molly, very much on her high horse. That girl would not let nothing go. It was very much everybody else is the problem. So with that being said, neither of them, it wasn't like, oh, this is the good one, this is the bad one. Both of them had their flaws. But both of them also had really good characteristics. And that's just how people are. Like, none of us are all bad. None of us are all good. Yeah, they weren't cool for a second, but they worked through it. The thing is, when you're going through life, sometimes you're going to go through some friendship breakups. And some of those people really were not meant to be in your life. Like, if a person is genuinely treating you bad, talking down on you, like this person does not love you for real, no, they shouldn't be in your life. But, caveat, but sometimes even the best of friends go through a season where they're not seeing eye to eye. It happens. You're going through these ups and downs of life. Like, sometimes you are not the most consistent person. Sometimes you will not be the most effective communicator. Sometimes you will be flaky and your friend is going to look at you sideways. But when you have a genuine friend that loves you for real and y'all are going through these seasons together, both of y'all should be putting in work to keep that friendship strong. Some people are worthy of you working it out, because genuine friends that love you down are very hard to find. I would rather be awkward than boring. Issa is the awkward Black girl. She is the representation. We know how media portrays Black women and Black men. Women are angry. Black women are ghetto. Black women are what else? Promiscuous. black men are aggressive, black men are this and that and this and that. It's like, actually, no. I'm very mild-mannered. I'm an introvert. I like to listen to a little Paramore sometimes. I like to listen to a little Doechii. Like, the archetypes that we get in media just lack so much depth. But when people are met with the awkward black girl, they don't know how to act because, oh, I can't put her in this box and she doesn't react how I thought she would, and so I can't put her in this box. It's like, I don't really know what to do with her because I didn't know black people came like this. Let's reel it back. Let's reel this back in because I was getting so far off topic. What I like about Issa is that she is unapologetically herself. And that's what we have to be. We have to be unapologetically ourselves. That's how you attract what is really meant for you. That's how you attract the opportunities that are truly meant for you. That's how you attract the people that are truly meant for you, being unapologetically yourself. Of course, there are kinks that we can work out. If you're like a Molly and you don't be letting stuff go, yes, you can work that out. Don't just be like, oh, this is just how I am. No. Forgiveness is a thing that frees you from a lot of other things that you do not want. But at your core, don't be changing stuff to fit into somebody else's box, okay? I feel like, and I could make a whole video on this, I feel like Gen Z, I gotta get on us a little bit. Gen Z, we're so quick to make a joke out of something. We're so quick to say, oh, this isn't that deep. We're so quick to act like nonchalant about things that we have passion for, that we want to engage in because we don't want to be cringe, and we don't want people talking about us. We don't want people to be like, oh no, they're weird. But the older I get, like getting on YouTube, talking to a camera and getting on YouTube, this is a weird experience. I like it, but some people might come to my channel and be like, oh, this is weird, this is cringe. But you know what? I would rather be looked at as awkward. I would rather be looked at as cringe, as weird, as doing too much than be boring. I would rather do all of that than to be a boring stick in the mud sitting in a sad beige apartment scrolling on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, judging people for doing things that make them happy. I would rather be all of that than to be a lame, boring, ain't got no hobbies type of person judging other people for living their life. Anyways, my last bit to even say about this is, when you are a baby, when you're a kid, you know who you are for real. You got that confidence. You know, oh, I like blue. I like pink. I want to be an astronaut. Like you have confidence, right? And people are constantly telling you, you can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want to be. But then as you get older, those same people are like, oh no, that makes no sense. That's not logical. And the world just tries to beat it out of you. All I'm going to say is dig into yourself. Find that little kid. Find the confidence that little kid had. Find the light that little kid had. And reignite it. Okay? Please. Please. Don't be like the girls that we be talking about. Talk like you love yourself. Keep your people close. And be cringe. And don't let anybody in this world, including yourself, including that little hateful being in your mind, trick you out of your spot. Because if Issa can survive all of this and be good, then we can also survive all of this and be good. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful night whenever you're watching this. Bye.